Hi everyone, I'm back and I'm Christina, in case you didn't know. And today I wanted to talk about, is it possible to energetically separate from your twin flame? Now this is interesting, and I talk from my own personal experience, so that's how I learn. So I'm not saying it's the same for everyone, but I think there are a lot of similarities. In everything that we do, there is always similarities, and there is usually we experience something so that others can also learn through our experience if we are way showers, and many of us these days are way showers. So I like to share through my own journey what I am learning. And I've been on the twin flame journey for 9 years. Well, actually, for a lot longer, um, but the actual coming together has been, in the physical, has been a 9 year journey, nearly 9 year journey. Not there yet, but heading towards the 9 year journey. And so I've been learning a lot, and I work with reading energy and what happens with energy between um, twin flames, but also with people on the ascension journey. But I am very much, this is very much the direction that I go, that I read the energy field and I see what's happening, and I understand the journey through the energetic connection. So in the with the twin flames, what I have learned along the way is how to read the degrees of union between individual twin flames. And so I read the energetic union, inner union within the individual, and I can also read the energetic union between the two individuals, between the two twin flames. So in my own journey, I have witnessed the journey all the way into full union in the spiritual bodies, and through all of the bodies all the way into the physical. And we have worked together, mission wise, with healing work, etc. And at one stage I felt that the union that we had achieved was then impossible to break. But I am learning that this is not necessarily the case. So I've seen us achieve, 10 out of 10 spiritual body union, 10 out of 10 all the way down into the physical. And then what we haven't achieved is harmony. So this is something that is really important for everyone on this journey to understand, that union is one thing, but harmony is another. So it is the degrees of harmony that we have achieved or haven't achieved that means that there will be all of this coming and going. So even if you have full union, you can still have the separation phases. But what I have discovered is that through my own journey and through, I've also experienced that desire to want to be with my twin flame. Over the years, it's a real pull where you can't see your way out of it, where you don't want to see your way out of it. All you want is this full union and this romantic notion of the coming together happily ever after. And so I've been through all of that, but I've also been all the way through all the trauma and chaos that comes with the twin flame, and reached a point where I realize that the journey is about choosing ourselves. So it's about choosing our spiritual path, about choosing our mission, and about choosing God. So in my first book, I started before my first book actually, but I put it in my first book, the Pendulum Powered by the Awakening Soul, about how I choose God over man. And I think I said this for the first time back in the early 2000s when I was in a relationship with someone who was telling me that if I wasn't making really good money out of my spiritual work by the end of the year, then I needed to get a real job. And whoa, that really hit me. And I was like, I choose God over man, which means for me, means I choose my spiritual work over a relationship. And I've always been that way. So in my first book, I talked about it. In my second book, I talked about it. And it is still foremost in my life and my journey. And I realized that I have been tested every step of the way because I'm a woman, I am human, and all of us, really to some degree, desire that happily ever after relationship. It's human nature. But when you are on the twin flame journey, it's a whole other story. And so you learn through the journey. And as I am doing, I am still learning through the journey, having attained full union on all levels. And then, because the degrees of harmony were not perfect in our connection, all hell breaks loose, or has broken loose in the past. And earlier this year, it happened to me or to us, and I got very sick because of it, and to the brink of dying. Now, I see that I was so sick. It was, if I hadn't got treatment, I would have a 2-week life expectancy. But luckily, the pain was so bad for me that I had to go to hospital, and I was put on treatment, and here I am today living to tell the story, and knowing that this happened to me with warning from spirit. I had the warnings that it was going to happen, but I didn't understand it, because you don't generally understand it. I'm Australian, and there's a song that we have from Peter Allen, who's no longer with us, but anyway, called I Still Call Australia Home. This song kept coming to me with another line within that song, which was, it's good to know where the journey ends. And this message came to me while I was in Egypt before I got sick. And I didn't understand it, but I did question spirit. And I said, what are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that I'm going to die? Now, at the time that I was getting this message, I was going through some, not fun times with my twin flame, and I had chosen to go back to Australia early for the summer, and to take time out to consciously separate so that I could get some time away. And when I arrived in Australia, I got very sick, and while I was very sick, the song kept coming in my sleep, and when I was totally on my way out, basically. And I kept hearing, it's good to know where the journey ends. And I kept asking, are you trying to tell me that I'm going to die? And of course, I didn't really understand it. I didn't think it. I just kept laying there, sick, getting sicker, not able to walk, not able to do anything, not able to eat. I was literally just fading away until I got very bad pain in my lungs, and I had no choice. I had to go to emergency, and then of course everything started to come good. But so I had the warning signs, and so I also understand it now, that it's like if I continued to go into these cycles, that I had a choice. I have a mission here on earth, and I choose, and have always said that I choose my mission over man. And here I was, stuck in this cycle with the twin flame, and allowing this disharmony to continue to create chaos in my life. And I can't live like that, because I'm very dedicated to my spiritual work, and I had been running some amazing program. So I was in an absolute state of bliss, and then I came crashing down because of things that happened on the human side of things between my twin flame and myself. And so this was difficult for me, but I learned a lot from it. And now, because like I say, I measure consciousness, I measure the degrees of union, the degrees of harmony between twin flames. And so even while I was going through this tough time, I was still holding on to this union that we had achieved. It was still there energetically. But then as I started to get better and I started to remember everything that has taken place over the last 9 years, nearly 9 years, and recognizing what I really want in my life, and it is not chaos, um, and recognizing this need of the journey of the twin flame is about choosing yourself and choose, that self-love, coming to that place of self-love. And so doing everything that I could to bring myself to that place within myself to get there. And then I came back to Egypt, and not by choice, but by Spirit directing me back with regards to my work, because this is my soul home and the place where my soul's work takes place. Not that I don't do it everywhere, I do, but there's something about me being here and the energies here that power me forward with my soul's work. So I came back, and the journey between us is very different now, and we are still not really, we're not back where we were, and I am not ready for that, to enter back into that again. And I am focusing more on myself and my work, my soul's work. And I have just recently, even yesterday, I've been looking at our degrees of union. And so this is what this video is all about. It's not the first time that I've noticed this, where our degrees of union, even back to the spiritual body, is coming down. So there are degrees of separation that is taking place energetically all the way back to the spiritual body. Now, I've seen this before in us. I've seen us take these degrees of separation, and I've seen us come back into full union again, and I've seen it happen like this. So, my life is not over yet. I'm, not at the end of my life. He's not at the end of his life. We don't know what's going to happen, but the way things are at the moment, and this message is for everyone that is struggling, or that is even in that stage with their twin flame where they still have this, like, it has to be, and let go of that. Come to a place of surrender where it doesn't matter anymore. Come to that place of surrender where you choose you. And even if there are degrees of separation that start to happen when everybody is trying to get this union, and I do a lot of work like this so I can show people how it happens, how they come closer into union. We can watch that progress of coming into union, and it's beautiful to see, but it doesn't mean that you're going to come into union and everything is going to be perfect, not unless you have 100% degrees of harmony, because these degrees of harmony are more important, in fact, than the degrees of union, because it is the harmony that will keep you together. It is the harmony that means that you are able to work together and move forward. So it is about, okay, coming into union, but learning to work with degrees of harmony. So in these degrees of separation that I'm experiencing now, we are learning to come more into harmony. Will that mean that our cycle will turn around and that we will come back towards each other? I don't know. And to me, it doesn't matter anymore, because I choose me and I choose my spiritual work. And eternity is a long time, and twin flames are bonded and connected to each other for eternity. So I don't have any rush. I don't need that. I did in the past. I was just like everybody else, just like everybody else. This is what I want. I got my twin flame, blah, 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 blah. But now I have matured enough to understand that, my work suffers if there is no harmony between the connection. And so each of us have our role to play. And the reason for twin flames to have to not have harmony, and to not have degrees of union, and to have degrees of separation, is in fact for you to step even further on your spiritual path, for you to choose you. And if you choose you, you are choosing God. So I said I choose God over man. It means the same thing as I choose me, because God is within the heart. So I choose me. I choose God over man. I choose myself over man. And, the reality is we are human. It doesn't, and I'm not just talking about women. This is the same for men. Or maybe it's a little bit different because, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We are different. We operate different. So even a masculine who is a man who is the feminine energy is going to be a little bit different to the woman who is feminine energy, and the feminine who is more masculine is going to be a bit different to the man who is more masculine or feminine. I'm confused, but anyway, I think you know what I mean. So what I wanted to get the point across here. Yes, it is possible to separate energetically from your twin flame once you have attained full union. And it's okay, because as we have these phases of separation, in the beginning, when you have your first phases of separation, there's still this pull of having to be together. And no way can you listen to anybody that says that maybe it won't be that way. But when you get to the phase of total surrender, it is okay that it may not be that way. It is totally okay that it may not be that way, because you must respect yourself. If somebody has left you, if somebody has gone wandering and doesn't contact you, respect yourself. Bring it back to yourself. If they are in your life, for me, my twin flame is always in my life, but we don't have the degrees of harmony. So it's a continual journey towards that harmony. Finding union between us is easy, even though we may be having degrees of separation now. Those degrees of union can come back very easily when the decision is made. But my mind, and possibly even his mind, is in the same place now, that we want harmony, and not necessarily with each other. We want harmony in our lives. And if harmony in our lives means that we don't see so much of each other, or that we are not in each other's lives so much, then that is what we must have, because we are on an ascension journey. An ascension journey is about finding harmony through the chaos. And so we must find that harmony, and we must, if you want to be in the new world, be in the new world. So if you want to keep your life in a state of chaos, you cannot be in the new world. So if you choose the new world and you choose to stay in a state of harmony, and you have found the way to stay in the state of harmony, and that may be to have degrees of physical separation from your twin flame, meaning also hopefully you get to the point where you also can have some degrees of emotional and mental separation, so that you can spend the time working on you and what it is that you are moving forward with. For some people it will be moving forward on their own spiritual journey, their own ascension journey, and for others it will be that they are moving forward with their spiritual missions. So in my case, it's about my spiritual mission. It's about me getting the work done. It's about me doing what I was born to do, and to do that at, against all odds. I will not invite in disharmony again. I will choose separation over disharmony. However, I know it's a little different for me because my twin flame is in my life. He is around, and we won't, ever be completely not seeing each other, not unless I don't, and not unless I move to another country. So it's choices, okay? It's choices. Choose harmony, choose peace, choose you. And remember always, choose the love. So if you are feeling this great love for your twin flame, know that they are probably also feeling that, but that doesn't mean that you have to come together. It means choose the love, work with the love, and bring that love back to yourself. If you need it for yourself, bring the love back to yourself. Or if you are working on your mission, your healing work and helping humanity, use that love to help you give that love to humanity. Choose the love. Don't choose the person, because that will change. So keep yourself in a space where you can keep the harmony happening. Energetically, everything will sort itself out. Eternity is a long time. It doesn't have to be this lifetime. And you don't have to lock yourself into, it has to be this lifetime. Some of you are going to go, it is going to be this lifetime. It is going to be this lifetime. I am going to have that. It doesn't have to be that way. And it's not necessarily going to be that way. But what is happening now is not what's happening in 5 months' time or 5 years' time or 10 years' time. So it's about surrendering and being in the moment and choosing peace and choosing harmony and choosing yourself. And that's all that I wanted to talk about today. So yes, it is possible to attain full union and then for the degrees of separation to start again. And these cycles will go around and around. And it is, let it be as it is, and don't chase and don't run. Mind you, I kind of am running, not running, but I'm choosing me, which means stay in the space for you. Choose you, choose God, choose you, and choose your mission. So focus on healing yourself, focus on your ascension path. Everything else will take care of itself. There is no rush, there is no race. There is no race, and it doesn't have to be this lifetime, and it doesn't even have to be next lifetime, because eternity is a very long time. I hope I haven't offended anyone. Bye.